right. Oh. All right, welcome to Hot Pudge Wednesday one-on-one. My name is Pudge Fernandez. I'm your host. All right, today we have another great interview lined up for you. Very funny, very gifted. He's an author. That's 2 shows in a row I had an author, so I'm very happy to have this guy on. We can totally promote his book. Way back when, to the days of some bar shows in Astoria. Used to have a good time. Used to love his show. Used to produce an awesome show. I miss it a lot. Ben Rosenfeld, guys.
Hello, thank you.
Ben, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yeah, man. Loud and clear.
This is my first time doing Instagram Live, so thank you for popping my cherry.
No, you know what? I don't know. I must be out of the loop. I thought it was a common thing. I've been hearing a lot of that. I've been popping a lot of comedians Instagram cherries.
I mean, I've heard of Instagram Live before, but I'd never done one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Well, welcome. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Big day for me. I'm going to journal about it later.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Glad to have you, man. Yeah, man, this is something I started towards the beginning of the pandemic with no stage time. Figure I got to keep the creative juices rolling, keep the mind going, stay sharp, and also get to see you guys. I miss a lot of, comics. It's been rough. How have you been taking this pandemic quarantine shit?
It's been down and occasionally like, I guess this is normal and fine now. And then a lot of like, and then I'd say like the last month we've just kind of adjusted and accepted it. But then I drove into Manhattan for the first time in like 2 months yesterday, and then I was depressed again.
Wow. How was it? Was it busy? Was it dead? What was it?
There was foot traffic again, which when it happened in like April, I drove in from Astoria to the Upper West Side in 20 minutes at 5 p.m. on a Thursday, which...
Yeah. You
had police sirens blaring. You couldn't make it that fast.
Yeah.
And it was like empty, like Central Park was even empty. But now it was like normal foot traffic. Everyone's in masks. There's no parking anywhere because they took out half the parking from all the restaurants on the streets.
Right. Oh, wow.
So
okay.
It was like the first time I've been living in the city like 12 years. It's the first time I've ever paid a garage for parking.
Wow. I didn't think about that.
$10, it would have been the same as if I parked on the street. So it's not that. I made it more dramatic than it needed to be.
No, I get there's a lot of changes with this pandemic quarantine. I was in I drive for Uber. That's how I kind of pay my bills in the daytime. So I know the city.
You mean Instagram Live isn't paying your bills?
Not yet. It's coming soon.
Get live viewers up to 3. That'll help.
Yeah, we'll see. I won't hold my breath.
Do I count as a live viewer?
Yes. Why? You looking at the number?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Millions are watching this. This is going on my YouTube channel. So my other million people who are too busy to watch it now, we'll see it later. Don't worry about that, Ben.
Does it actually go to YouTube, though?
Yes, it does. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. I created one.
Nice. Hey, Nico.
All right, what's up? See, Nico. See, I told you.
All right.
The big time.
Got to be funny and try. Before, I thought we were just having a sad phone call.
No, not at all. No, this is good. No, this is going to YouTube. It's going to get edited eventually, like chopped up nicely.
Okay.
Dude, this is all the beginning of another phase. If anything, Corona has shifted our roads a little bit. It used to be we were just comedians, and now we have to be more and do more. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot of different technology things for comedy. Like
right.
Zoom everyone figured out, but there was I figured out a way that you can like do your own graphics and that'll go into Zoom, and then you can like manipulate your whole screen in like interesting ways and like put signs or your logos and all sorts.
Yeah. Have you done a lot of Zoom shows?
Stuff. What's that?
You've done a lot of Zoom shows?
I avoided them the first 6 weeks of quarantine because it looked like the saddest thing possible.
Right.
me and Michelle, my wife's also a comic, they asked us to do one. So, and we were both like, well, we've watched a couple, and doing solo Zoom feels sad, so let's do a duo act. So we kind of like wrote, and then we did a bunch of Zoom music open mics to tighten the duo act.
Okay.
And it was good. So we're like, all right, well, if people want it, we'll do it. But we're not like, it's not like I'm trying to do 15 Zoom spots a week. Like,
right.
Three feels like 4 too many most of the time.
It's a different world. I did a couple. I'm slotted to do another one this Friday. I'm not knocking the people who do it. It's a whole new avenue. God bless. I've heard some of them are knocking out of the park and having a great time. God bless them. Good luck. It's just I'm not sold completely. I've turned somebody down already. The one I did do was for a fundraiser, so I didn't want to say no. And it was a contest, so now I'm in another round. So I got to do that one now.
You can't say no after you win and crush dreams by accident.
It's some round. I don't know. Yes, it is. It feels odd. It feels empty. I've said it before. I'm floating in space half the time. No energy. I figured out I've improved. It's like anything else. When we were going to the open mics, the more you do it, you figure out ways to do it better. But I'm not sold. Even, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just waiting.
I've had more good Zoom shows than bad ones, but I'm a take it or leave it. Like once every couple of weeks, I'll get a new idea and we'll add it, or she'll get a new idea and we'll add it. And it's like, all right, I can bring some of this back if stand-up's ever a thing again. But then we've been working on a new book together. We've been doing a bunch of other things where it's like, I don't know that doing the thing that's similar to stand-up is the best way to spend this time.
No, I mean, I think what I realize is more than ever is I'm an artist. Not that I didn't think that before, because we're comedians. So it's automatic. We're comedians, we're artists. But now I feel it more than ever because comedy got taken away.
Yeah,
it's like, and the creativity keeps going.
Yeah, you're still a comedian. You're just not a stand-up comedian because that's not,
right.
I mean, it exists a little bit, but not really. And like, I did one show, and it was a nice setup, but it's not the same,
Right.
So I'm not like, it's one of those, if people ask me, I'll do more, but I'm not like itching to grind out 15 outdoor spots a week. That just doesn't sound.
But the creative juices are still going, and you still have to find an outlet. So that that's where I feel like our artistry is expanding. We're finding new lanes. You guys are writing a book together now. You know what I'm saying? So it's
book. I learned TikTok. We're working out a game show that I've been wanting to do live for years, but couldn't get myself to do it. But now it's like the 4th week where we're running it virtually, where at least I'm like figuring out how to tighten the flow of the thing. So like, it's not, I mean, we've also done some sketch stuff, but then stopped. But like, I feel I've learned new things and created comedic art, just not live
something, anything. I mean, anything we do, it's positive because we're doing something different. But overall, it seems like somewhat of a pacifier till we get back on stage, in a way.
In a way, but at the same time, it's like, I feel I've done more for my career not performing for 4 months than when I was on stage every night.
It's crazy. I've learned a lot in these couple of months, especially with the technology and Instagram, Facebook. I got a YouTube channel, and I'm still learning. I'm going to start editing soon. Yeah. These videos and other things. I have a segment. I'd love to have you on. I'd have to see you. It's 6 feet, 6 questions, a little segment. Well, I'll ask you 6 questions from 6 feet away in the street, So.
Yeah, next
oh, cool.
Whoever takes you to Astoria, just text me.
Say again?
Next time your Ubering takes you to Astoria, just text me.
Oh, no worries. I'm not Ubering, but don't worry. I'll be in Astoria.
Yeah, this is also the first time that I've done a podcast or video or whatever out of the car, so that this is a new one for me.
All right. Well, hey, it's the first of many new adventures. I mean, we still have a couple of months left, so who knows?
Yeah,
When do you think we'll get back on stage?
I've heard if you're talking New York City indoor comedy clubs, I'll be shocked if it's before November.
Really?
I've heard a couple of places aren't opening till at least January. They're basically following the Broadway theaters, where if Broadway theaters shut down till at least January, some places are doing that model.
I figure, wow, it's tough. I thought maybe September, October at 50%. I figure would be at 50% maybe in October.
But it's also like, if you can't send kids to school every day, why the fuck would you let bars and nightclubs be open? Like, as much as I want to be on stage and back to normal.
Yeah.
If you're like, kids can only go to school once every 4 days, you shouldn't let everyone just be getting drunk and touching each other in nightclubs and bars. Like, even if you're socially distancing, like, it's a bad optic, you know?
Yeah, it is very bad. I think maybe I definitely feel, and it's kind of mixed because you say I agree. If we don't send the kids to school, why the hell are we going to open up bars and stuff for the people? And then on top of that, we start playing baseball next week. So how's that going to fly? And then the week after that, basketball starts.
Well, basketball, at least they're like in one location. Is baseball regular travel?
Yeah, baseball's all the time travel across the country. As a matter of fact, they changed it this year. They split it up. So the East Coast teams will only play each other along the East, the Central along the Central, and then the West stays in the West to eliminate travel, or, not eliminate it, but decrease it, for the sake of, Corona. So they changed the rules for this year. And basketball, I don't know. I don't know if they changed the rules for basketball as far as flying, but
no, basketball, they're all in Disneyland for the whole thing.
Okay. I didn't. Oh, they're all that's right. Okay, I heard something about this. They're all in Disney.
Yeah. It's funny. I follow basketball, so I know this one, and you follow baseball. Whereas, like, I just didn't want to have a season for a while.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That was my screen time because I try to limit my social networks.
Probably.
You've reached your whatever limit for the day.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting with the sports. I think one will lead to the other. I think the sports will give us a tell with school, and in the school will give us a tell whether we go full blown with the bars and lounges and stuff. So I think one will affect the other.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
if they're able to get through a whole season, then the odds are better. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like much football is going to happen this year. That's the one I follow the most. Yeah,
I know. That's the one everyone's going to get angry about the most because that's it's church, and hey, shout out to Eric. It's church and football, and then they're neck and neck on Sundays, and I think people rather give up church than football. So I don't know. Training camps technically they would have had a camp started in the spring. They haven't started anything yet, have they?
They skipped all the rookie stuff and everything except the real camp. Yeah, it's all up in there.
Oh man, I don't know. I think one's going to lead to the other. It's like you got to hope for the best for one, for baseball, then basketball, then the schools, and then hopefully we'll get the comedy clubs going.
Yeah,
like I said,
I'm not hopeful. I mean, New York, because New York City was. If you're talking like suburbs or other parts of the country, it'll probably be back sooner because they're whatever. It seems, but like,
they're whatever.
Yeah,
lost.
Seems like
it's funny. You think that we will be ahead of the curve and opening up first because we're doing so well with our numbers, but we're not. We're being very precautious. But the rest of the country figure, yeah, they'll open up before, but they're going through hell.
I mean, it's also the fact that you can fly. I can buy a ticket right now from Houston or whatever the current hotspot is and be in New York in 3 hours. And I don't even have to wear a mask on the plane. And New York's never going to be okay because you always have new people coming in. Like if everyone just took a 1 month timeout all at once, if there was
Yeah.
some national coordination in March or April, it might be a much better situation. But this is like 50 countries that are all connected to each other with no border control, and you just keep giving it back and forth.
It's a hot mess. No, it's a hot mess, and I was quite angry when I saw other people's numbers starting to skyrocket. A funny story. First of all, like back in the beginning, around March or April, an Army buddy from Texas actually called me to check up on me. He was like, "Hey, how are you?" I mean, he knows I'm in Queens, next to Elmhurst Hospital, like the hottest fucking Corona hospital in the country. So he was checking. I love him to death. He's checking up on me. I'm like, "We're cool. I'm fine. We're quarantining." So we were talking for a while, and I'm like, "Yo, how's you guys doing?" He goes, "We're fine in Texas." I'm like, "Good. Just watch us." I told him, "Watch us. Do what we do. Learn from our mistakes, and you're good. We're tagged. We're it. Okay, we're the epicenter. All you got to do is watch us." Fast forward 3 months, Texas is skyrocketing. I'm calling him, and he's like, "Yo, I got it." I'm like, "You dick. You dick. All you and all your people. I told you. I told you. We were your guinea pigs. What are you doing? I gave you the heads. All you had to do was watch us. Watch New York. What are you doing?"
To be fair, I started paying attention a week or so before everything shut down, where like I'd heard about China a bunch of times,
Yeah.
but like whatever. But then when it hit Italy and Spain, and then South by Southwest got canceled, I'm like, oh, this is real. But then I still didn't wear a mask on the train that week. I still didn't. I think I started to Purell, but that was it. Or like I wouldn't get it, but we had like, so when Michelle had the baby, someone said to just take all the supplies they give you to just stock up. So we had the hand sanitizer from 2 years ago. So I was taking that with me, but that was it. But like, I was still going about my life the week before, although I was already on alert because I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be bad, maybe not, who knows, So I until it hit, I get it,
Yeah. Yeah, everyone was like I was watching it too. I was watching it, and I had started shopping early. I just started shopping, and I didn't have to hoard. I wasn't hoarding. I just went to the market, picked up a little extra stuff, and then that was it. And then when I went back, it's like I feel like I saw it coming before anyone else. So I said, let me pick up a few more things. And then I left it alone. And then I went back, and I said, let me pick up. I said, listen, there's nobody else here. I'm not hoarding because nobody else is here. I'm the only one picking up. So like I bought 2 or 3 waters, and then maybe 2 or 3 other waters, and maybe some wipe. So it's like there's no one here. Am I the only one? If I'm an idiot, cool. I have enough stuff for the next 3 or 4 months. But if I'm not, then I know this shit's gonna hit the fan. And eventually, I got a little tight in the supermarket. So I don't know. Some people, everyone took it differently.
Yeah.
But it was interesting there for a second. I'm glad we're doing good.
Yeah.
Our numbers, I mean, we're down to single digits, I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, I had it in the middle to end of March.
You did have it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. How was it?
I had horrible stomach issues, diarrhea for like 3 straight days. Then
Wow.
one night where you have like when you get a flu and you get the fever at night and like sweats, and then you're like fine by the morning. So I had one day,
Okay.
like 3 days of fever, but I took Dayquil and it was fine. But I
Okay.
still had stomach issues through today because of that. Where like,
Oh, wow.
first it was like every second day there'd be stomach issues where I have to go like 6 times in 6 hours. And the last 3 times, there's nothing left. And you're just miserable. And now it's down to like once every 5 or 7 days, but it's still like a lingering.
Wow. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter because since everything's shut down, I'm home all the time now anyway. But if I was
Right.
like out and about, going about my life, that wouldn't be, it would be more problematic in New York City with the wonderful lack of public bathrooms.
Yeah. No shit.
Shout out
Yeah.
to, by the way, for joining. Hello. It's a buddy of
Yeah.
mine.
My army buddy said the same thing about he caught 2 to 3 days of hell, and then after that it cleared up. It went away. He was still lingering, but he was better after a few days, like the most of it. See, I'm scared shitless because I have a pre-existing conditions, so I'm not Ubering. I haven't been Ubering since March.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, it's also if you're on the heavier side, if it hits you worse.
yeah, I'm a fatty.
No offense.
I'm a fatty. No, I'm a fatty. I'm Pudge. Pudgy, fatty, chubby, chunky.
You can't have your name be Pudge and be 120 pounds.
Exactly. Yeah, true that. But I also have high blood pressure, and I've had asthma before in the past. So that's not good things to have with this. So a little nerve-wracking, you know? Like, I feel pretty good, but why take a chance? Even my own doctor said, because I thought maybe, you know, I'm collecting unemployment. I was thinking positive. I thought September I should be okay. You know, go back to. And she says, you know what? If you don't have to, don't be a guinea pig for yourself. Just wait it out. If you don't have to, just wait, just to be on the safe side. Don't rush. So I'm like, all right. You know, yeah, it's kind of weird, you know, because I've seen those pictures of people on ventilators. Doesn't look cool.
Yeah. Fun times.
But yeah. I mean, it's a hell of a year. But I don't know. I heard. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm positive. I was thinking September, October. You're saying November. Somebody told me that Caroline's announced that they're not opening till 2021.
Yeah, that was
so
that was the one I heard, but I didn't want to specify.
Oh, you heard that one? Okay, so so you're the second person who confirmed for Caroline's. Caroline's is out. Wow, probably because of the theaters. They're in the heart of the theater district. So
yeah, in their theater-esque capacity.
Yeah, so they would hurt. Wow, that's a big gun. I mean that's a big gun. To be taken out.
I mean, it's also not to be pessimistic, but it's like a lot of the comedy club business in New York City is tourism.
Yeah.
You know, like I guess some locals will want to go out, but you're going to lose a lot of the tourism business. But there's not a lot of people from New York City at a comedy club on a Wednesday night.
No,
you know?
No. Nope.
And until it's like miserable outside, why would you want to go? All the science seems to be if you're outside, it's probably fine. But if you're sitting in one place, whether it's a subway, an office, or a show where you're in one location and there's air circulating for 1 to 3 hours, like, I mean, some people
Yeah.
But I'm not. And the shows where it's like, oh, grandma and grandpa are going to come see me, those shows aren't going to be very popular for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. And I totally get the tourism because, again, as an Uber driver, I pretty much know my business. And I mean, off the top of my head, roughly, if 40% of my rides are locals and the other 40 is tourism, and then the other 20 is all the airport rides going back and forth between 3 airports, what the hell is it going to be come this fall? You know what I'm saying? The tourism is gone. My airports are going to be slashed.
Yeah.
You know, will I be able to survive on whatever local New York,
It'll be
you know?
it'll be 22-year-old New Yorkers that are Ubering to everything because they're not going to take the subway either. Then the subway, which was already cash strapped, although when it was booming, now you're in a death spiral. I mean, the city's not looking good for the next 5 years minimum.
But you're saying the young New Yorker who's not going to be on the subway. Okay, now after all these job loss, who's going to have the money to pay for Uber out of
Right.
all the New Yorkers? So on top of that, yeah, I agree. People will want to avoid the subway, but will they be able to afford? Because it's like, all right, $2.75 versus, you know, Uber, and how much do I have left? Do I even have a job? So it is dicey.
Have all your hot Pudge Sunday lives been this depressing and all?
No, not all of them. It just, you know, there's been some positivity. I mean, no, not at all.
Good time to mention we have a new book coming out called New Parent Smell. Funny on pregnancy, newborns, and tots. And you can get it at newparentsmell.com.
When's it come out?
It's going to be out in the fall. The Kickstarter's going for it right now. And then
So the book is titled New Parent Smell, and this is by you and Michelle.
Yeah. It's kind of our jokes, both of our individual stand-up jokes.
Okay.
With New Yorker style illustrations. So it's like an illustrated. It's like 120 illustrations. It's like a full book. It's like the pregnancy, the birth, and then the first year.
Who does your illustrations?
I found a guy on Fiverr who's quite good, and he's in the Philippines, so he's affordable. So he's been doing them like 5 at a time, and I mean, it's one of those where like I have to write a description of each illustration, and then like I'll make sure so before comedy I did consulting, and I was in charge of a team from India, so I like learned how to over explain things.
I was about to say, if he's in the Philippines, does he get American humor?
No, so if I'm like the illustration is me with a baby in a baby pouch doing a keg stand, so then I'll send him like a Google image of what a baby Bjorn looks like and what a keg stand looks like, so he understands.
Okay.
You know, like it's a lot of explaining what the illustration should be. I mean, it's first like me and Michelle brainstorming the illustrations, and then me kind of writing it out in like, I'm not a computer programmer, but I know how to talk to those types. So it's me like translating it from like English or comedy English to like, technical is the wrong word, but like fairly exact, that if you're able to draw and you're able to read English words, it'll work out.
Hilarious. I mean, I think that's a whole, I don't know if it sounds like an episode of a sitcom in itself, trying to translate to the Philippine artist the American joke. But it sounds great. Newparentsmell.com.
Yes.
Thank you, Michelle, for www.newparentsmell.com. Out in the fall.
I was upstairs with the baby, so she couldn't jump on this. But unless
no worries.
Allows too. But she's here monitoring my interview.
No worries. Now, this is not your first book. You had a book before this, right?
I had this book is me and Michelle together.
Right.
Before I had my own book called Russian Optimism, Dark Nursery Rhymes to Cheer You Right Up.
Is it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It was actually a top 20 or top 5 bestseller in dark humor.
Russian Optimism.
Yeah, it was like 30 nursery rhymes, real Russian nursery rhymes where like kids die in each one. It's hilarious. And then I got
cool.
I got an illustrator to do like full color illustrations, and it's like a hardcover book. The new book's a soft cover. There's more pages. It's black and white. So it's like a different.
Okay.
They're both books, but they're like different types.
All right. I want to pick up Russian Optimism. There is some positivity in this pandemic. Being to do things that because it's like before, we're going 100 miles an hour between our personal lives, your parenting lives, comedy, and now when everything stops, you kind of can play catch up and do other things. So I've been reading. I've been ordering books and reading books.
This one shouldn't intimidate you. It's 30 illustrated pages, and it's like 4 lines of English per page.
No problem. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm like I said, you'll be my 3rd comedian's book that I pick up since this pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm making a point to read. I'm finally catching up, and my friends who have, or people that I know who have books, I'm finally. Yes, I can buy it, and yes, I have time to read it. So I'm looking forward to it. I picked up Al Martin's book. Brian John's is in the mail, and now I'm gonna order yours tonight. So I'm like,
what was the second?
Cool. Brian John. Brian John. Brian John.
Okay, I don't know.
Brian John.
Oh, Gian. Okay.
Yeah, Brian John. Brian.
I heard you saying Brian and then John John.
Oh no. Well, Gian.
You're better friends with him, so I'm sure you're saying it correctly. But Jian, I see it differently. I got you now.
Right. No. Yeah. Well, he said it when I first met him, Brian John. So
I'm sure you're correct. It took me longer to process.
You know what? Whatever. But he has a book. I bought it, and I'm gonna get yours. So anytime I bump into a comedian that has a book that I know, I'm like, cool, I can read it now.
There you go.
So yeah, there's some positivity in this. You just got to look for it.
That's where the global everything's shutting down for Pudge to read 3 books.
Yeah, that's all it took. Just the world to shut down so I can catch up on some reading. It's possible. I don't know when it'll happen again, but it's cool. So yeah, and I also picked up Sebastian Maniscalco, his book. It was very good. So yeah, I'm buying books and reading them in between. But yeah, it's not all bad. Just gotta, when you get lemons, you make lemonade. When you get Corona, you read a book.
Brains out for a week and then you move on.
Basically, it is. I just hope it will. Hopefully, we'll come out of this and we'll have a good time and we'll be laughing about this soon. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, even on the what's it called on the Zoom shows, I found people are kind of tired of hearing about it at this point.
The topic, Corona.
We're like April, May, quarantine stuck. That stuff was doing great. Now it's get it. Talk about anything else.
Yeah, because but it's just but you don't know. Okay, here's a question. So fine, they're tired of hearing it in Zoom. Will it still be relevant when we take the stage? Because the Zoom.
Well, here's another reason I've been putting my creative comedy efforts into things that are not stand-up. Because now I have no idea when performing consistently is gonna come back. If it's 6 months from now or 12 months from now, a lot of the stuff you're talking about might be so whatever that why spend. I have the thoughts and I'll write them out once, but I don't want to spend regular stand-up. I would spend every day developing and cutting and perfecting.
Right.
Now I'll write it out. I'll go over it once or twice, and it either works or doesn't, and then I'll I'm not gonna obsess about it until it's there's a thing to work towards again.
That's a good point. Who knows when this ends? And what we write about now will be relative in 9 months, in 6 months.
Yeah. There's a lot of 2020 left that other crazier things can somehow still happen.
Yeah, can you believe?
Not to be a Russian optimist, but.
Yeah, but yeah, can you believe we're only at the halfway point? Halfway. What the fuck? And it's damn, what else?
Well, there's a minor election happening too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That November. And who knows what's going to happen between then and the election? Because it's going to get. You got the Republican convention, the Democratic convention. Oh man, if there is one, the debates, and that's just politics. I mean, the shit hit the fan with Goya. Okay, so if Goya is hitting the fan, I mean, forget about it. It's all up in the air now.
Yeah.
It's scary. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Now you got me thinking. If we hit the stage by September, this stuff might be relevant. But if we hit the stage in November, obviously it'll, and then okay, so you take the stage and you're doing it from scratch. You can only write it out so many times. Are we going to be bombing a lot the first couple of weeks?
I think everyone gets a 1 month pass minimum. You got to give everyone a month. It's like going to the gym. You take 6 months off of work it out. You can't put 225 up on the bench press your first day back. It's gonna break your fucking neck.
Yeah. All right. See. Okay. See, I agree. See, we're here. We get a month pass. I see it. You see it, obviously. But will the audience give us the pass? Do they?
Well, I think the audience is going to be so minimal at first that it might not matter in a way. I mean, it'll be bad in the sense of it's actually makes it worse. Let me rephrase all that. Because we'll all be getting our feet, and I don't think it's going to just start with sold out shows day one.
Right.
So the people that want to come are not going to get the best show possible because we're all rusty, which will make them not want to come again, which will make it even harder to grow. Like, I'm not,
Yeah, I'm actually been in contact with some people about producing some shows, some bar shows. When the bars open up, they're going to need a hand getting people in just to strum up business because they've been hurt so bad. So I want to, volunteer my services. But yeah, do a couple of comedy shows just to break the ice. And if I'm going to break the ice, I'd rather do it in a bar show in Queens than Manhattan. Manhattan feels like, we're on, this is our home turf. We can't fuck up that bad.
Yeah, like I did the outdoor show, but then QED is doing open mics in their backyard.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I did it the same day, a little earlier, in order to at least get like I forgot how to do this completely out.
Hold on. If I can take 4 days off, I can tell. If I take 5 days off, they can tell. The Seinfeld quote.
My buddy Lars, he's a Canadian comedian. He was in New York City last summer. He might have done the most spots between March and today, because in Canada he started an outdoor comedy tour in people's backyards.
Oh.
You should actually have him on this if you wanted to do it. He'd be a good guest. He's actually he's probably the most polished live comedian in the world right now, him and his buddy, because they've been doing
What's his name?
Lars Kelly. I can't say his last name, but I'll text
Lars. Okay, see Lars. Extra Lars. Yo, Lars, hit me up. Inbox me on Instagram or Facebook. Just fucking inbox me, and I'd love to have him on.
You'll get to be entertaining for 3 to 5 live people and millions on tape delay.
Look at this motherfucker. 111 live shows since now he's showing off. Yeah. Now he's showing. Look at it, Canada. We're in Canada. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, I'd love to have him on. Lars, hit me up. Inbox me, Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
It'd be good because that's a business model people can follow in other places,
Actually, that it kind of crossed my mind at one point because I had done some barbecue shows in the past. I did one graduation and like 2 barbecue shows, which I was not a fan of. I was not, like one was bad, one was good, one was in between. So, when this was back then, now, yeah, it might be the go-to option.
After 4 months off and doing a live outdoor thing twice in a day, I wasn't like, I'm rearing to be back. I'm like, it's okay. I don't.
Yeah. How was the outdoor show? Where'd you do the outdoor show?
In Jersey. It was at the Stress Factory.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was crowd. They were nice, but it's like it's a nice setup and they're going to put up a tent next week, so I think that'll make it better.
Okay.
it's people are dispersed because they're being safe and doing what they're
Right.
supposed to do. But it's like it's significantly harder and less fun. And I was also 4 months rusty, so
How was the energy? Because I know they were there, but they were dispersed. Did you feel them?
no. I mean, you could hear laughs. It wasn't like
Okay.
you're shouting on top of a truck into a megaphone.
Right.
But I don't know. I can't blame being that rusty. I can't blame anything that's not myself.
Right.
So not a fair judge, I would say. But it
But
didn't it didn't make me wanna like do 111 more live outdoor shows.
Lars must be doing something right. I don't know. But I mean, it may be outdoor. It's a step above Zoom, though. I can imagine. It's.
It honestly, it felt in a similar range.
Ooh, really?
Like a couple of Zoom shows, I'm like, well, this was fun. I'm glad I did this. And
I mean,
then,
if you.
like, well, I got to drive an hour each way. Like the best. I mean, I worked with a good friend of mine, Mike Vecchione, who's always funny. So driving
Yeah.
was nice and hanging out, and then we hit no traffic both ways, which never happens.
Yeah, hilarious.
First two highlights, and then like the setup was the stage was like by a parking garage. So I think my biggest laugh was this is the first time I've performed where I hear an engine starting on a punchline.
Jesus.
So
It's an engine. Yeah, there's gonna be engines and God forbid a backfire and who knows what else.
yeah. So I don't know. It's fine if people want me to do them, I'll do them. But I'm not dying to do them.
How about those shows where they're in the cars and they honk instead of laugh?
You made that up, right?
No, I believe there's some They're in drive-through. They're in parking lots or in drive-through theaters.
But they're not
where
actually beeping. No, I've heard of the drive-through, but not the actual beeping.
I think that's part of it. I could be wrong. You can ask around, but it's you pull up your car. You're in your car watching the show, and I think listening it through the radio, and you honk when it's funny.
I've heard of those. Yeah.
It's getting wild. Driving comedy. Yeah, there you go. See, I don't know. I'm scratching my head. I don't know. They're doing them all over the planet. Yeah, it's getting around. Like I said, I don't know. What can I say? I hope baseball starts and everyone is clean and healthy in basketball, and I hope we go back to school and all the kids are healthy, because all those positive things will lead up into us getting on stage. So I'm rooting for everybody and I'm praying for everybody. Because I don't know. Honking and barbecues and backyards and Zoom. If somebody would have told us this 10 years ago, we'd be like, fuck you.
Forget 10 years ago. If you said this in February, I wouldn't believe you. If you said March 10th, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, I know. Weird times, my friend. Weird times. It's fucking nuts. Anyways, man, it's about that time. We're gonna wrap it up. Any last words, Ben?
Newparentsmell.com. Get your copy of our new book at newparentsmell.com.
Newparentsmell.com. The book by Ben and Michelle. Ben, but newparentsmell.com. Is it on Amazon?
Not yet. It's Kickstarter pre-order.
Kickstarter pre-order on www.newparentsmell.
You have till August 1st to pre-order it, and then it'll get onto the Amazon system in like September or October.
Cool. New Parent Smell. www.newparentsmell. Can't wait. And I'm going to get the other one. I'm going to get the first book.
Cool.
Russian Optimism.
Wherever you get this one.
Russian Optimism. Okay, well, I'll get this. I got to read the first one, and then I want to read the second one. I'll get them. I'll get them.
Equal, so you can get. I'm happy to have you read both, but they're not related.
Okay. I get it. Okay. No problem. Russian optimism, new parents, Mel, Ben Rosenfeld. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad I popped your IG cherry.
It was lovely. I cried a little. I think I need a drink now.
Hurry up. Yeah, it's getting dark. I can tell.
I almost came, right? That counts that's good for your first time.
Thank you. Yes, Ben, it does. Say hi to the wife, say hi to the baby, and I'll hit you up. I'll come by your neighborhood and we'll do 6 feet, 6 questions.
All right, let's do 6 by 6.
You got it. Cool beans. Take care, man. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Rosenfeld and Hot Pudge Wednesday one-on-one. My name is Pudge Fernandez. That was episode 19. If you want to see this episode again and see any other episodes, go to my YouTube channel, Hot Pudge Sunday, the YouTube channel. You'll see Hot Pudge Sunday one-on-one, Hot Pudge Wednesday one-on-one. You'll see 6 feet, 6 questions, the pandemic little show I produce out the outdoor question one-on-one. It's a lot of fun, and there's some stand-up comedy there too. Thank you for everybody who watched. Thank you for everybody who supported. Lars, hit me up. I'd love to interview you too, get a little Canada side of the comedy house also. All right, so peace out, be safe, wear the mask.